Good afternoon, US. Good evening, UK. And tonight, my special guest is MJ Dickson. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm cool, thanks. It's nice to speak to you again.
Likewise.
And I'm actually meeting you again at the weekend, so I'm so excited about that.
I'm super excited about that. That's going to be a great investigation.
Yeah, just like 2 nights in a haunted hotel. That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
And I'm the only other person that's ever investigated this place. So you guys are the first group, other than me, to actually experience this location.
That's
It's awesome.
brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a nice area as well. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
got a lot of history around that area, which is brilliant. So I'm just reading the back of this book. Well done. So you've actually done this since I've last seen you.
Yes, I finally got it done. 6
You did well
years.
because I'm still writing. So yeah, whatever. We'll get there one day. So MJ Dickson is a paranormal investigator, psychic medium, author, and paranormal TV producer. So you're known for her work as the co-host of the popular show Paranormal Captured, which was absolutely fantastic, and has worked on shows such as Destination Fear, Most Terrifying Places, Paranormal Lockdown, and Hotel Paranormal.
Yep.
Not to
Others.
have you.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. You've been keeping busy then. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yes, very.
Wow.
I just want to say hi to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, I'm just going to run down them. We've got Lynn Peters, Haunted Heritage, hi Michelle, John Howe, Tabitha Meadows, Susan Lennox. Excellent read from Haunted Heritage. That's Michelle Smith. Joy Mulhart, Lee Whiffen, I know you. Shayla Steck Richard, Tracy Meadows Walker, Pamela. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Michelle Needham, I hope everyone's okay. So I've spoken to MJ a few times and you're always so busy.
Yes, it's non-stop. I mean, between running Sage Paracon both here in the UK and in the States, I also do a lot of research. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that most people don't see. Besides, television production work, I actually have a Patreon page, and I spend most of my time working on really cool blogs and workshops and live paranormal investigations and videos and how-to guides and all sorts of stuff for Patreon. So it's real busy.
That sounds awesome. So how do people get onto the Patreon? You've got a website, haven't you?
Well, yeah, you can go to patreon.com/MJ Dickson, and there's different tiers. I mean, it starts from £3 a month, and you get access to all the blogs. For £4.50 a month, you get access to the blogs and some of the videos and my podcast and live paranormal investigations. £10 a month, we have a workshop every month, and we do all sorts of other things, and it keeps going up. So there's loads of different tiers to suit everybody. And also the lowest tier get my podcast as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Eric Thompson said, "Is Paranormal Captured similar to Paranormal Caught on Camera?"
It's not exactly the same. Paranormal Caught on Camera is literally a group of people reviewing paranormal evidence clips. Sorry. And Paranormal Captured, we actually went on investigations as well. Yeah. So we had to review the clips, and we were taken to a certain location to investigate. So it was really good fun.
Yeah, and you went to some awesome locations.
Yes.
Didn't you?
Yeah, really good ones.
One, Henley and Arden as well.
White Swan Hotel, literally down the road from my house. You know what's really weird is I walked into the White Swan Hotel over a decade ago, and I was like, wow, this place is active. It's super haunted. It's built on the grounds of the gallows where 18 people were publicly hanged. There was a lady of the night that was, they don't know if she was pushed or if she fell down a flight of stairs and died. There's all sorts of things that have gone on in this location. And when I first walked in there, I mean, this is over a decade ago, I said to my husband, I was like, one day, when I film my first episode of my first paranormal TV show, it will be in this location. And I'd forgotten about that. And when we started setting up to film everything for season 1 of Paranormal Captured, one of the locations fell through, and they emailed me and they were like, so we need a location. And I was like, oh, I have one. And we set everything up at the White Swan. And when we finished filming the episode, I was like, oh my gosh, I said I would do that. That's really weird. And it was the first episode as well. So it was really cool.
That is brilliant. But yeah, it's a fantastic location. I'd sort of like to head that way one day. And yeah, we'll see. There's so many places I want to go. But you've been to so many places, haven't you?
I have had the opportunity to investigate all over the UK, United States, Europe, Africa. So yeah, my investigations have taken me far and wide.
Yeah, have you been to Waverly Hills?
No. Do you know what? It is like my unicorn. Every time I am supposed to go to Waverly, something happens and I don't make it. So it's really frustrating. It's like number 1 on my bucket list. It's really frustrating.
It's just been secured anyway. We've got great news on that. So the people have returned, so it's all good. Yeah. So yeah, finally, it's been a bit of a battle over there, but yeah, great news on that front. Anita Horton says, hope you're well. Got Portal to Paranormal watching. Lynn Peters, anything new in the pipeline?
Ooh. Yes. Yes, there's so much in the pipeline at the moment. So I am still doing television production work. So there's a couple of shows that we're working on at the moment. And I can't actually talk about those yet. But they will be coming out in the not too distant future.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about all I can say about those.
Yeah, that's cool.
I am off to Africa. I'm going to Zimbabwe and South Africa in 3 weeks. And that is
that'd be beautiful.
Part holiday. I haven't been back home to South Africa in 9 years, so I'm really looking forward to it. But part of the trip is actually a supernatural Africa trip. So I'm doing research for my next book, and one of the next books. I've actually got 2 in the works at the moment.
Brilliant.
So I'm going to be, interviewing Southern African witch doctors and sangomas, which are basically African shaman. I'm going to be speaking to African mediums and how mediumship plays a role in the African culture, their belief systems, their cryptids. South Africa have a supernatural task force to purely respond to any claims of witchcraft, or if you phone them and say, like, a witch doctor's put a hex on you, they have to investigate it. Wow. You can say you've seen a zombie and they have to come out. You can
that's so different.
Yeah. So it's really fascinating. I'm actually going to have a chat with one of the police officers as well. So it's shaping up to be a really cool trip. I've got a lot of work in the pipeline there.
Oh, that's brilliant. So it's more out in the open then now?
Not really.
Not 100%, but more than it used to be.
Definitely more than it used to be. And actually, I saw something on Facebook the other day that made my little heart so happy. I saw my first South African paranormal team advertising on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Finally, South Africa are, embracing it and looking for all things paranormal. It's very cool.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? With, because the topic can be taboo and everything, but to actually sort of move a bit into, do paranormal and come out and say you're openly doing it, that's fantastic.
I mean, when I grew up in South Africa, we weren't allowed to say that we could speak to dead people in our family.
Gosh, no.
You get stoned or burnt at the stake. Like, you were not allowed to speak about it. So, now seeing that, it's just amazing. And I'm hoping to go back and actually do a show based in Africa, just about haunted places out there. And Bill, you lived in Africa for a couple of years. Where about?
Yeah. Well, Bill, he's cool. I've spoken to him before. Yeah.
Transylvania Lunatic Asylum that I've just seen in the comments.
Yeah. Bill.
It's right up there on my bucket list. I really want to go. That and Waverly are the 2 that I've not been able to make it to. And it's really frustrating. I've been everywhere else, except the Queen Mary. That's another one.
I want to go there because my
You wanna
dad worked
check
on
out.
there.
I know, you told me. That's
That is so
amazing.
goddamn cool. Yeah, he worked in the engine room, but apparently there's more than one engine room. And as a kid, I've kind of found it impressive, and I wasn't into
Amazing. Yeah,
paranormal, but now it's like, wow. Yeah, but
that's
unfortunately,
amazing.
it's too late to ask him. Like, he'd already got Alzheimer's by the time I
Oh,
oh, Dad, was it haunted? So
yeah.
yeah, didn't
You're
get
gonna
any
have to check it out
experiences.
yourself.
Oh my god, yeah, I want to. Luckily, they're working on that now, and that's open again, isn't it? So that's all good. While Bill was in the Nigeria area, he worked with
Oh,
a
okay.
security company over there. So yeah,
Slightly far away from South Africa and Zimbabwe, but African nonetheless.
yeah, it's Africa.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, around Nigeria, that area, and oh my gosh, Nigeria, Senegal, Cameroon, that whole area, they
I
have
like
some really
Gambia.
cool cryptids out there. I think one of my favorites is in Cameroon. It's the African mermaid. It's called a Ninki Nanka. It's
Oh
really cool.
wow, cool.
Yes.
So John Hale like see Queen Mary, but wow,
Really
it's
want to
just
do
got to
it.
be done. Hi Andy. Andy watches every week. Thanks for watching.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, if anyone's got any questions for MJ, please put them into the chat. So, have you really been scared at any of the locations you've been to?
Oh, that's a good
Oh yeah,
question. Yeah.
actually, Drakelow, wasn't it?
Yes. Draco Tunnel scared the hell out of me the first time I was there. It was quite possibly one of my scarier experiences where I had something sort of step in and I wasn't myself. I had
Oh
to be
yes,
escorted out of the location and it was really terrifying. Hey, Robert from Salem, Massachusetts.
awesome.
Robert owns the Magic Parlor in Salem, Massachusetts, and it's a really cool shop. We actually got to investigate it, so it was awesome. Yeah, where else have I been terrified? Oh, Budman Jail. Budman Jail was really creepy. I was doing a live EVP session, listening to the headphones, and I felt them move, and had this hand, like these fingers, go up the back of my skull and grab my hair and pull. It was there were some choice words. That was terrifying.
Oh, we've got Wes. How you doing, Wes?
Hi, Wes.
Thanks to you. Oh, it's nice to
Must
see
rent a
Wes.
stateroom on the Queen Mary.
Oh my god, I'd love to. I'd just
I'd
be
love
happy
to,
to be
yeah.
on it, really. But okay, we've got a question. I'm trying to catch them so quick. Are you ever going back to Belgrove Plantation?
Yes, I am going back to Belgrove and I cannot wait. We are hosting Sage Paracon. It's our 3-day paranormal convention at Belgrove Plantation.
Oh,
So we have some amazing speakers. We've got John Zaffis, who is the godfather of the paranormal.
awesome.
We have Jeff Belanger, who is the
he's
writer
cool.
and researcher of Ghost Adventures. Yeah.
Oh my
He
god.
also has New England Legends and he's got the New England Legends podcast. Jeff is just one of the most prolific, incredible researchers in the paranormal field worldwide. We have Calvin Von Crush and Jules
He's cool.
Nolan.
Yay.
They're going to be doing a talk about the occult and witchcraft and the paranormal. Oh my goodness. We have Claire Hinks from the UK, psychic medium. She's going to be joining us in America for her first trip.
Oh, fantastic. Claire is so lovely.
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
But we also have psychic medium Kim Sage. She's from Virginia and she is wonderful. She's such a good psychic medium. So we have some really great speakers. It's 3 days. We have talks over the weekend. We have a VIP meet and greet evening with snacks and drinks, and we have Q&A sessions. And we investigate Belgrove Plantation. So I can't wait. It's the end of September this year.
Oh,
So,
it'd just be lovely. I'd love to go to that one. And
it's
you got
wonderful.
obviously you've got the UK one as well. That's October time, Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween over the weekend. Yeah, end of October. And that's Coombe Abbey Hotel as always.
Oh.
And we have it's the 26th to 29th of October. And again, we've got a great range of international speakers. We do an investigation of Coombe Abbey. We've got the VIP party on the Saturday night. I haven't released the themes yet. So those are coming soon. And then we also have a 3-course meal and full theatre production.
Oh, it's brilliant.
You've been to Sage
It's
loads of
fun.
times.
Yeah, I love it. Lee's
I
looking
love it.
forward to it again. Yeah.
So,
Lee.
and Lee's coming for the first time.
Yay.
He's joining us at
First
Sage.
time. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's his first time. I know.
Oh
Where have
wow,
you
you're
been?
gonna love it. Wow.
I just want
Yeah.
to give a shout out to Tracy and everybody and Shayla and all of them that are in the comments that are watching live. Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Yeah,
I
Shayla from
actually
Virginia.
investigated Belgrove with all of them over Halloween last year. So
Awesome.
great. It was good
Brilliant.
fun.
Yeah,
Really,
Brianna can't wait. Your investigation was great. Forgot what year it was when I went, but you told me the spirits like me and I've remembered it ever since. Oh, it's so
I
cool.
remembered that. You need to come and join us again, and we'll see. We can use you as a trigger object and see if we get more EVPs around you. Because I am pretty sure you were the one when we got some really awesome EVPs. I think it was in the summer kitchen, and yeah, that was a great investigation.
How's the best way to contact you then?
If you want to get in touch, it's really easy. My website is mjdickson.com. And you can contact me through the web form there, or you can contact me, just email me, mj@mjdickson.com. That's it.
Oh, there you go, Eric. Okay, cheers.
Yeah.
Harvey, you go. Donna, you have to go to the Queen Mary. Lady in white haunts the piano bar near the check-in desk, and she's very vocal.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, wow, awesome.
I mean, we also have Tracy coming over to the UK for Sage UK this year from the States.
Oh my gosh, brilliant.
And Lynn and them are always there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's
Do you
going
know
to be
what?
cool
Maybe
again.
we've got so many people on here watching live that are coming to Sage Paracon. Maybe I can reveal the themes.
Yay. Hi, Mark.
Right, so, every year we send out a little survey. It's like 10 questions after the convention, and we always ask everybody, what kind of themes do you want, and we give a whole list of them, and we let the attendees choose. And you guys also get to choose a lot of the speakers as well. You guys voted on most of the speakers that you wanted to see, and so we got everybody who was available on those dates. And I'm super excited about this. So out of all the themes, and I put a load of different themes on, for the VIP Saturday night party, you guys chose the theme, the paranormal.
Oh,
so
wow.
It keeps it really open.
My
I mean,
God.
we've done a zombie prom, vampire masquerade ball, voodoo in the Bayou Bash, supernatural cosplay. We've done so many different ones. But this year, we're going to do just the paranormal. So angels, demons, witches, cryptids, ghosts.
Oh, my God.
Anything.
That's so cool.
Anything paranormal.
Wow.
That's the Saturday night VIP party.
So spooky as possible then.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then the Friday night VIP dinner, I'm currently working with the theater team. And
cool.
we're planning a paranormal murder mystery night where the ghosts are going to give you the clues. And we're going to sing songs. We're going to have a Viva Las Vegas, like Casino Royale murder mystery night. So that one's going to be like glitz and glam and good fun.
Oh my God, that's so cool. I love that. John House sounds like it's spooky fun. Spooky times, Lynn Peters. Joy asks, will there be an online conference this year?
There will be Sage at Home. And that is actually going to be in December this year, because this year is just so full with so many in-person events. So I thought about it and I thought, you know what? We never have any events in the middle of winter. No one wants to travel to a paranormal convention in the middle of winter. You're all stuck at home. We have nothing good to do. So I thought December would be the best time to host Sage Paracon at home. Beautiful. And if you're watching this and you have no idea what I'm talking about, it is a 3-day online paranormal convention.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And yeah, it's via Zoom. Yeah. So you get a Zoom link, you buy a ticket, you get a Zoom link, you can tune in and out throughout the 3 days, and you get a schedule, like a TV schedule, and you can tune into live Q&A sessions, lectures, all sorts of things.
Yeah,
So
sit there in your pajamas, glass of wine, just chill
yeah,
out.
that's
Cool.
it.
It's brilliant.
Exactly it.
Yeah, it's smart.
Just do it. You'll love
Oh, yeah, awesome. It's the best. Just trying to keep up. Tons of
it.
virtual fun. Here we go. Oh, that in chat.
Oh, I'm just trying to. I'm
Yeah, the chat is going
looking through the
absolutely
chat. Oh my gosh,
insane.
Anita, I really hope you make it to Sage Paracon this year. You will love it. You get to meet the
It,
Sage tribe. It's great.
it is so cool. Yeah, excellent idea from Michelle.
Oh,
PJ
yeah.
party. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Just chill out, get some nibbles, and there you go.
Yes.
Just watch it online or from comfort. No problem with taxes or anything. Here you
Yeah,
go. Should
exactly.
do a
Paracon in
Paracon
Edinburgh.
in Edinburgh.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Do you know what? I would love to, but I don't work with the team. It's just me.
yeah,
And at the moment, trying to organize a convention in the UK and one in the States. And I do
it's
paranormal
hard.
holidays through the UK. I do a haunted England and Wales tour for 10 nights. And that's like hotels and investigations and sightseeing and ancient stone circles and all sorts of things, ghost walks and all sorts. And I also do a trip in New Orleans. I would not be able to. That on top of writing and filming, and I would not be able to fit another convention in. I did 3 last year. I did one in Salem, Massachusetts, and it nearly killed me.
Well, yeah, but last year was crazy though, wasn't it? Because you're on
Yeah,
catch up. You're
yeah,
catching up to the COVID stuff, weren't you?
yeah,
And yeah, because Sage Paracon, we didn't think it would ever come, did we? That's
yeah.
crazy.
Honestly,
But oh wow.
and you know, I think it was one of the best. I mean, it
Oh,
was hot
it's
as hell.
beautiful. It was weird, wasn't it, in summer?
Everybody went, do Sage Paracon in summer, and I was like, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. I can tell you now.
Oh wow.
And everyone was like, no, 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 we want a summer of Sage Paracon. And it was so hot. It was that week of that heat wave as well. And
Oh
everyone
gosh,
went,
yeah.
don't do it in summer again. Do it in
We're
autumn.
melting. Yeah. Eric, we'll put details up at the end, okay? So don't worry about that. I will put a comment on, so that's fine. Lynn Peters, Sage, Tribes of Family, we welcome everyone. And I've met Lynn.
Absolutely.
I've met so many of these people on here. It's so cool.
You came to Sage Paracon alone, the first one, didn't you?
I came with somebody who, yeah, things happen.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, but I
came
came
alone.
alone to the other ones. Yeah.
Yes, that well, but you knew everybody, and it's like one big
Yeah,
family. So
I do go places on my own. It's kind of what I do. So, you know what? Nothing stops me from going out.
yeah,
So, like, you know,
absolutely.
you so, oh, would you want to go there? Oh no, I don't know. Then you miss it. So it's like me.
Yeah,
I just book it, so I'm going. So
me
if I'm
too.
on my own or not, whatever, I'm just going. So, hi Leslie, hope you're all right.
Hi,
But
Leslie.
yeah, Lynn, the hottest week. It's the hottest week. Good to sit
It,
out. Oh my god, yeah.
it
I
was
jumped in the hammock.
so hot. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I got in the hammock and didn't fall out. That was so cool. We've got some lovely hammocks though. You don't see them in winter, do you?
Yep. So
But
I'm eager to answer everyone's questions. Just Scotland never gets enough love for paracons. I'm sorry, Stephen. You're gonna have to come and join us here in England.
oh yeah, that's it. But yeah, what about nipping up to Edinburgh though, doing a couple of gigs? I don't know how you squeeze it in though.
I am supposed to be in Edinburgh in April. I
Oh,
kind of get back from Africa, and like a week later I'm in
oh my
Scotland, and then like
gosh,
a week later I'm in
US
New
was.
Orleans, and
Oh
then a
my
week
god,
like
yeah,
it's just yeah,
yeah.
I'm on
I
the
can
road
imagine.
all the time. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
So you might
know.
get to see one or two of these interesting places. Yeah, I was due to kind of go to Edinburgh, and I booked it to meet Wes there. But then
Okay.
COVID hit, and it was Easter before COVID, Easter of COVID. And that was it. It's like, oh. So yeah, everything was arranged and stuff. But
Ah,
one day I'll get to Edinburgh. Never been
I
yet.
love it out there. We've got family in Scotland, so we usually go quite a bit and go and visit friends and family up there. I love it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do touring of Scotland, and I'm doing 2-week
Yeah.
tour in September. But with having the dog, I'm not really going to second round Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wouldn't go down well. So yeah, I love Scotland. I've seen a lot of it, but never Edinburgh. So if anyone's got any questions for MJ, that's cool. Oh well, then welcome to call it ours as you go to Edinburgh. We're not far off. I don't know
Oh,
you're up there.
that's
Oh
not a
wow,
bad idea.
you
I
just
do
travel a
actually
long way
have
to
a couple
Shepton.
places. I have a couple places up that area that I do want to investigate. So hey, you never know. Maybe we do a sage road trip to Edinburgh sometime.
Oh
That'd
wow,
be good.
yeah, I'd be interested in that one. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Just fly up that way and not drive because yeah, driving takes quite a while.
Yep.
Yeah, Steve, I'm coming up to Ayrshire, so it's all good. What's the scariest place that you've visited?
Oh my goodness. Drakelow tunnels is still one of the scariest in here in England. Scariest. Oh my gosh, I can't even. I don't really get scared all that much. You know, I've only had like that experience at
That
Bodmin
one,
Jail
yeah.
that scared me, and then Drakelow creeped me out. But
Drakelow.
then I ended up spending so much time in that place, it became like a second home.
Yeah, you got to know them,
Um,
didn't you?
yeah, I was there all the time.
Yeah.
Scariest place. I'm gonna have a think about it, and I'll get back to you. I'm just trying to think of
Yeah.
like really creepy places that I've been. You know what? Actually, St. Albans Asylum in Virginia
Okay.
gave me the creeps.
Oh wow.
Yeah, St. Albans, like the basement area of St. Albans Asylum was where the segregated what do they call it? Oh my gosh, I gone blank. They used to have a bunch of the alcoholics and drug addicts. It's sort of like a rehab,
Oh okay.
segregation cells and things down there,
Wow.
isolation. And that particular area really creeped me out. But St. Albans, the boiler room is really creepy by the bowling alley. You're right, Tracy. I was going to say the other creepy place was definitely the boiler room.
Boiler room. What is it about boiler rooms, cellars, and
They,
like places like that? Why are they always so active?
Shayla and them are going back to St. Albans April 1st for a
Oh
private
my
investigation.
god.
I am so jealous. I wish I could join you. Man. And just
Oh,
to investigate. Shayla and them are from Middletown Paranormal out in Virginia. They're a great paranormal
awesome.
team. So there's usually a few teams that get together, like Fredericksburg Paranormal, Covert Paranormal, and it's just awesome investigating with those guys. They're good fun.
That's brilliant. There's worker hanging around there still. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. That's so cool. I'm just trying to catch up now. We've got 1 or 2 questions, so I just got to go back. Tabitha Meadows. Is there a place that calls to you over and over?
Absolutely, yes. Belgrove Plantation is
Oh,
that
yeah,
place for me. Bodmin Jail in the UK is that
yeah.
place for me. And I've just investigated Pengersic Castle down in Cornwall, which was
Oh, yeah.
amazing. It
Brilliant.
was really cool. Warwick Castle is another one
I
I can go back to
know.
over and over and over. I love it.
I've been there a couple of times with you, and my God, it is.
We
And
had some
they
great
really you
investigations.
get some right characters coming through there. Oh my
Yep,
gosh, the best, really,
definitely.
don't you? And you got that where you'd actually picked up on some information, hadn't you? Yeah,
Um, yeah,
and
there's
then the town found some records, which actually,
yes. We had done several Ouija board sessions, and it was different groups of people throughout the night. And every time we got a new group in, they would pick up like a few things. Like they picked up that there was a person who was stabbed to death because he had stolen some sort of a treasure from the castle and hid it somewhere else, and then he was killed, so he could never retrieve this treasure that he hid. And we kept getting the name Edward Jameson that came through, Richard Lee, Sarah was another name that kept coming through. And so I gathered all of this information and I scribbled it all down in my notebook. I took it to the castle historian and they were like, yeah, none of it makes sense.
yeah,
Don't know what you're talking about. None of that makes sense. 2 years later, they found wax sealed envelopes which contained automatic transcripts, the automatic writing transcripts from Anne the Fourth Countess of Warwick in the late 1800s. And everything that came through our Ouija sessions was in the transcripts. The name Edward Jameson, Richard Lee, the treasure that was stolen, the guy that was murdered, everything's in their transcripts. That's over a century later that we got the same information. It was really cool. Very, very cool. I
And when
love
you get validation like that, it's like, wow, you can't say that it didn't happen because you've got that, and it's so,
exactly. We have we actually have
awesome.
all of it, and we have photos and video of when we were there.
Oh,
So
fantastic!
it's very cool.
Question from Sylvia then. Which place would you like to go to for an investigation?
Oh wow. I have a really long bucket list of places to investigate. Waverly Hills, Trans-Allegheny Asylum, those are on there. Crescent Sanitarium is on there. Banff Hotel in Canada. Tranquil Asylum in Canada. Oh my goodness. In the UK, I still haven't done Chillingham Castle.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Chillingham's on my bucket list. Oh my gosh, where else? There are several places, but I like finding places that haven't been investigated over and over and over and over. And you know, the Mary Arden Inn, I'm the only person that's investigated that place. And you know, there's never been a group of people that have hired the whole building and investigated it before. I spent a night alone in the Mary Arden Inn a few weeks ago. And it's 11 bedrooms, the bar, restaurant area. And it was amazing to me that it's a place that hasn't been investigated, but the activity was off the charts. I mean, spirit box responses were like question, answer, question, answer.
So excited.
And that's it. You know, we're going there.
Yay.
So I like places that are off the beaten track that not everybody goes to all the time.
It's just amazing what stories you can get there just from anywhere, isn't it?
Yep.
I got a shocking story from my local Wollerton Hall, which was used in the Batman film.
Cool.
I got something really shocking, gross from there, and you wouldn't even think of it.
Yeah.
And it was just too sad, and you think, yeah, actually, that could have actually happened.
Well,
so yeah, that was creepy.
Our history waiting to be retold.
So I actually see it now in a lot of different eyes from when I saw it then. Now you've seen something different. How did you know you could talk to spirit or communicate with them? I feel different energies, but how do you really know?
Oh my goodness. So when I first started being able to hear them, I was only in my 20s, my early 20s, but I have grown up in a paranormal family. We're all spooky and ooky and kooky. I'm 5th generation psychic medium, so my whole family are crazy people. But then my dad's side was all the military side. So I had my first experience when I was 4 years old, and I very vividly remember it. And I could sense things around me, especially like in my early teens. I started being able to tell that there were different energies around me. And I started being able to tell, oh, okay, wait, that's my grandmother, or that's my uncle, and it progressed from there. Like, I went full on into investigating. I read everything I could about psychic development. You know, you just got to keep at it and keep practicing. But I was really young when I first started. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I started late. About 8 years ago, said that a brick would have to hit me before I realised they're around me, and now I can communicate to some degree. So I'm working on it. So that's 8 years. So anyone can actually open up to a degree. And it's so cool. So, John, have you ever investigated Paris? The catacombs?
No, I really want to do the catacombs, but I don't like enclosed spaces.
Get you. Just like Drakelow.
I mean, Drakelow was different because the tunnels were so huge. You know, you could drive trucks through them. They were massive. So you didn't feel that claustrophobic. But some of the Paris catacomb tunnels tend to be a bit more narrow, and that makes me a bit claustrophobic. So I really want to do it, though.
Awesome. Oh dear. I might not be able
Chillingham
to
is a
pronounce this
long
word.
way north. Okay.
What's your opinion on
Synchronicity.
synchronicious events?
Constantly having these weird coincidences. Like, for example, I was with a friend last Sunday. You were discussing a lady named Jay. It was Joanna. Oh, hey, with Joe.
Oh wow.
And it turns out the same day was the day she was executed. Oh my gosh. I mean, what are the odds?
Oh my god. My
That's
friend
crazy.
my friend who's watching Haunted Heritage, she's Lady Jane Grey. She's like, oh, she loves that side of history.
Oh,
But yeah,
awesome.
so she
I
follows me
love
around.
I love synchronicities. I
Yeah.
think that, if we pay attention, spirits give us signs in so many different ways. And sometimes, it might not make sense at the time. You're like, oh, that's a really cool synchronicity. Like, I was just talking about this, and then ta-da, that happened.
Yeah.
Or it happens to be the same day. And we often go, oh, that's really cool. Like, that's neat. But then 2 years later, something else will happen that just ties it all together. And you're like, whoa, hang on a second. This is a bit weird. I do feel like you get different signs and synchronicities from the other side all the time. I certainly have, and each time I've kind of paid attention to them and followed them, it's led me down this new rabbit hole of research, or it's led me to an awesome location to investigate. Yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome.
It is, you got different paths, haven't you? And then something will come in one way and you follow that and you just like meander around and yeah, it's cool. You just kind of learn. It's brilliant. Love it. Here you go then. Shayla, pick up a copy of the book. Yay!
So, my book, Never Goodbye, Only Goodnight, Lessons from the Afterlife, is a paranormal autobiography. It's my life story. And it's literally from the age of 4, the very first experience that I had. And it kind of takes you through all my very big aha moments.
Wow.
Anytime I learned something new about the other side, or, not only from spirits, but from living mentors that I've met along my journey, every time they gave me a great piece of advice or something clicked and I was like, oh, hey, that's how that works. I call them my aha moments. So the book has, 85 stories in it.
Wow.
I say that.
Awesome.
I don't know. It's about 85 stories. Yes.
I have started reading it and it is brilliant.
Thank you.
I said to MJ, I've got it, but I can't read because I have to wear glasses now. So back in the day, I used to read shed loads of books, but I can't do it when it's dark.
The audiobook.
This last thing is not good.
It's been going really well. Robert asked, how's the book doing? It's doing really well. Much better than I expected. And you know what?
You
In the
deserve
beginning, I said I wanted to write my story and all these aha moments, because if there's one other person in this world, one other person out there that's maybe looking to develop their mediumship and doesn't quite understand what's going on, or maybe they're dealing with grief of losing a loved one, or whatever the case is, like, there's so many different stories in here and so many different people can relate to different things. But if it makes a difference in one person's life, if it teaches them one thing, it was all worth it.
Awesome.
And I've had the most incredible feedback. I mean, I read my Amazon reviews the other day and sat there sobbing the whole night because there were such lovely reviews.
Yeah.
And it made me really emotional just to see. I mean, oh my gosh, Mark, you've read it, and thank you for your review. Pamela, John, oh my gosh, all of you guys that purchased a copy, and my Patreons. I sent a copy of my book to my patrons for sticking with me.
Oh, that's lovely.
Because they got to read everything first.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
On my Patreon page, I released it chapter at a time, and I got their
look
feedback.
at this. You have a gift, MJ. Wow.
Make me cry live on camera.
And Andy just bought the book.
Thank
Look
you,
forward to
Andy.
reading it. You know
Please
what?
leave
I've
me
really got to
feedback.
read it. I'm sorry, MJ. I've had it a few weeks and I've read it yet. I'm shocking, aren't I? What can I
It's okay.
say?
Life is
You know
busy.
what?
I understand.
Shall I bring it to the hotel? No, I won't read it over the weekend.
No,
Why?
we're not going to read. We're going to investigate as much as we can.
I'll be in a hotel room. Should be at an investigation reading it. No. Oh, bless you. No, but I'm going away soon, so I'll take it camping with me.
Awesome.
But yeah. Oh, okay. The book. Oh, right. It's
It is Never
Never.
Goodbye, Only Good Night,
There you
Lessons
go.
from the Afterlife.
So it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
So yeah, John. But
So
I'll put a link out there anyway. I'll show it onto the page.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Cool. Hey, Rich. Hope you're okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Sylvia is
come-
joining us this weekend for
I
the
know. Oh my
investigation.
gosh.
I'm
Me and Sylvia, we just like hit it off. We first met at Shepton Mallet. And oh my God, we were just linking in with mediumship, and it was just so amazing.
I remember that. Do you know, and that's what I love so much about doing events. As busy as I am with everything else, and every year, I mean, people who know me or who have been to Sage Paracon several times, they will tell you every year I finish the event and I go, or just before the event, I'm like, I'm never doing another one.
I know.
I'm never doing another one. It is so much work.
Definitely.
People do not realize. Thank you so much, Nick. People don't realize how much planning. I mean, it takes me a year to put those events together, all the fine details and everything.
God, yeah, definitely.
And I get to the event and I'm like, I am never doing this again. And I stand there and I watch everybody. And I watch the friendships, and I watch people learning so much from the speakers and interacting with all the speakers. And I watch how much fun everybody has and singing karaoke and having
karaoke. Oh my God.
And you know, and it's such a fantastic time. These events it just brings people together. And I stand there and go, that's why I do it.
I have sung with Jeff Belanger.
You did. Right?
Yeah. How cool is that? I have footage.
That's super cool.
I'll set the cat ball off because I'm excited.
But that's it. You know, you don't come to the event and you don't have the speakers separate because, they're on TV or, you know, they're these amazing researchers. So, you know, you interact, you mingle, you have beer together at the bar, you sing karaoke together, you get dressed up in stupid outfits and have the best time. You listen to talks. You know? Yeah, it's really fun, and that's why I do these events. And it's just to see like you and Sylvia, how you clicked at
that Shepton,
that was,
we've never met, and yet we're just picking things up mediumship wise. It's like so cool, isn't it? So yeah, paranormal. Oh my God,
profanities, Joy. Sage Paracon USA this year. Just remember, we're going to be playing Paranormal Profanities with Jeff Belanger and John Zaffis.
Oh my gosh, Jeff's so funny with it. Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Paranormal Profanities is a card game that I created. It's a paranormal card game, obviously, with a lot of swearing and a lot of naughty cards and things in it. It's basically a paranormal version of Cards Against Humanity. And it is super fun. It's absolutely filthy. And you do not stop laughing.
Hashtag and shit. There you go.
Yeah.
Sure, that's in there somewhere.
Yeah, that is in there. I love it.
Oh my God. John Howe, never forget Paranormal Profanities. Very naughty indeed. But oh my God, it's so fun. It's brilliant because I did it with the New Kirks. Well, loads of people really, because I've been to, few. Are you going to Michigan?
I am going to Michigan.
Awesome.
I am super excited. I did have a really great time with Nick and them at Michigan last
Nick
year.
is wonderful. I've not met him yet, but known him about 3 years now. So
I am back at Michigan. I am actually going to be teaching an EVP workshop at Michigan Paranormal Convention.
Oh, wow.
So you can go to my Paracon. That's miparacon.com. And you can check out all the speakers. I mean, it's the who's who in the paranormal field. They have so many speakers. It's slightly terrifying because the lecture room is like 2,000 people.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the it is the
Massive.
biggest paranormal convention in the world, I think, or one of the biggest, at least in the top 5 biggest. And it is just an incredible event. It's like Sage Paracon on steroids. It really is. It's like 10 times the size of Sage Paracon UK. And you have all these incredible speakers, and you're all just singing karaoke together and
Yeah.
having cocktails at the bar, and it's so much fun. So I am hosting the Paranormal Convention investigation at Michigan Paracon.
Oh my god! Awesome.
So I am one of the hosts, along with I think Amy Bruni and Adam Berry from Kindred
My
Spirits.
gosh! Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of who else. There's a few of us investigating, but we are on the Valley Camp ship. And if you're out in the States and you want to come to Michigan Paracon, you can grab a ticket for the investigation and join us on the ship, which I think that's the latest episode of Kindred Spirits.
Oh
was
wow!
the Valley Camp ship. It's amazing.
Wow.
And then, I'm doing the EVP workshop, and I'm doing a lecture with Richard Estep, the author. We're going to be talking about psychic remote viewing.
Yeah, now I've taken part in one of those experiments.
Uh-huh.
It works. Yeah, it's so cool. I'm not going to go into too much detail, unless you want to say something.
You know what? I'm going to save that because it'll take me more than a few minutes to explain it.
Yeah,
but in a nutshell, basically, Richard investigates with his team in America. I'm here in the UK. He won't even tell me that he's going on an investigation. He will keep it off social media. He will then give me a call or just drop me a message and say, hey, are you free to call and tune in and chat now? I will give him a phone call, or we'll chat via Zoom without any video, so I can't see where he is. I have no idea where he is. And then I just give him my psychic impressions. And we see how accurate it is. And it's very interesting. So
Oh, that's brilliant. Great comment there from Mark. Piece of cake, Michigan. Karaoke with John Saffis. Wow.
Karaoke with John Saffis is super fun. Super fun. And we have a tradition. And you know what? This is a tradition that is carried through all paranormal conventions, not just mine, not just Michigan, but we have a tradition that we will all sing, all the speakers will sing Ghostbusters with John Saffis.
Oh my god.
At the convention for karaoke. It's our thing. Who are you going to call? John Saffis.
Oh my gosh.
That's exactly it.
That is so cool. They're just too much fun, aren't they? And you just like, once you go, you just like laughing about things what happened for like weeks, and they just keep you going, don't they? Like,
absolutely.
When it's like in winter, like it just keeps you going until the spring and things get better again. So it is so cool. And
well, if we are going to be doing, I'm going to be doing more little investigations as much as I can throughout this year. So if you're watching this and you want to come and join us for an investigation, we are at the Mary Arden Inn this weekend. I have 2 spaces left. That's it.
And I'm going. Yay!
There's so many people in the comments that are going to be joining us.
Yeah.
So I have 2 spaces left for this weekend at the Mary Arden Inn. And we're doing it again the 10th and 11th of March. I think I have 2 spaces left for that. And I think I have 1 space left for the 28th of April. And then, I'm going to be adding more investigations pretty soon. So at some point, we'll be doing the Skirrid Inn again.
Oh, God, Skirrid. Oh, my God. The Skirrid, that was so good.
I'm actually there. I'm at the Skirrid Inn on Wednesday. This Wednesday.
Oh,
so I am doing a private investigation of the Skirrid Inn. Just little old me. And I will be joined by my wonderful mum.
Lovely. I love your mum.
She is adorable.
She is
I was supposed to be joined by another investigator friend of mine, but sadly he is a little bit poorly at the moment, and he's a bit under the weather, so he'll join me at another time. But it's for my Patreon page. I get my patrons to join in via Zoom, and they get to investigate and ask all the EVP questions and things with me. And I film the investigation for them and share all my research and findings and everything on the Patreon page. So
that's brilliant.
quite
Yeah,
excited.
but Skirrid it's a special place as well, isn't it? With all that history.
It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Have you been round the corner to Lantony Priory?
No.
That's not far. That's just down the lane.
Ooh.
Because I was
might
camping there, and it's horrendous. So when I went to Skirrid to see you, I was staying in a tent, but I had to respect family issues. But oh my god, it's there's an abbey there.
Interesting.
Priory.
Well, we will be going back to the Skirrid Inn. I'll be taking small groups. I don't like big group investigations. When I do take people out, I don't take more than sort of 10, 12 people. It's a really small group. The only time we do have bigger groups is when we're at a place like Shepton Mallet, where you could have 60 people and still get lost and not know anyone else is there.
Yeah, but you kept the group small though, didn't you? You know.
Yeah, it was only 20 of us.
Yeah, that's it.
Because we had, like, when we broke into smaller groups, we were like 4, maybe 5 people in a group.
Yeah, there weren't many. So it wasn't. Yeah, it was cool. Shepton Mallet. Wow, did 2 nights there.
I know, it was so great, cool. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lee, I prefer small group investigations. Otherwise, you have noise contamination and you're trying to do an EVP session and someone's scratching their bum and the other one's sneezing and sniffling and the other one's whispering to their friend and you're just like, keep quiet.
And you love noisy coats, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
All of the investigations, you say, don't wear anything that makes noise.
I know. I actually put it in my email. I'm like,
I know you do.
Rustles, I'm going to shout at you. Because then half of your EVP recordings are contaminated by or people that have like a bunch of change in their pocket.
And the nervous shaking.
I'm like, what are you doing?
My dad used to do that. His hand in his pocket and he's just like jiggling his keys all the time. And I don't think he ever realised, but I forgot about that.
A lot of people do that. You don't realise until you're investigating and you have to be absolutely silent. And then you start picking up everyone's habits of how they fidget. So,
oh my God, yeah. Because I really think I keep quiet, but I don't know. It's quite strange to me keeping quiet.
Anyone that's investigated with me before will know if they're not quiet. I'm like,
oh God. But you try it and like everyone quiet. Why do they always have to scratch or cough or something?
Right?
Like, for God's sake.
Always.
You want to tear the head off, don't you? It's like,
so Lee, you're joining us at the Mary Arden as well. I'm excited.
Yay.
Are you coming in April, I think? I can't remember who's coming on which day.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Linda. Are you well?
Eric Thompson, only problem with Amy and Adam is that you pay hundreds of dollars to investigate with them. Actually, I think I could be lying here. Don't quote me on this. Go on the website. Go to www.miparacon.com and go and check out the price because I could be lying to you. But I think it's only like $100 or $120 for the Valley Camp investigation. And that's with me and Amy and Adam and a bunch of other well-known investigators. So, I mean, for the whole night on the ship, and it's not like the biggest thing. It's nice. It's not a bad price. The ship's really expensive to hire as well, so that would be why it costs that much.
Yeah, but that is the problem, isn't it? Like, I did Warwick Castle with you, okay? And you see events companies with like 40, 50 people charging more of that price, And it's like, well, how?
You know what? A lot of people don't
expensive.
Realize when I do these smaller investigations with groups, like small groups, I don't do them for money. I don't have a paranormal events company that does little investigations every Friday and Saturday. That's not what I do. That's not me.
Yeah, that's right.
I organize investigations for a select few people who want to come and join me. We have a great time. And 90% of the time, I will do it at cost price. The only time I don't do it at what it costs me to hire the location is if I'm traveling a really long distance, then it needs to cover my fuel and everything as well. But I don't make a profit out of it. You've seen the price that I charge for my events. We did Warwick Castle, it was like £100 a person. But
Oh, it was insane. It's
We
amazing.
were, I mean, we were like 9 people.
It was, yeah, there weren't many. That
Yeah, but
first
well, we
night.
were supposed to be more, and they were on the tour and they were too tired and they skipped the investigation. So we usually do it at like, we take whatever the cost is and we just break it down between everybody. Warwick Castle is over like £1,500 or something to hire, if not more, for the
Oh,
night.
but isn't it stunning?
It's amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
my
So,
God, what a place.
yeah. Yeah.
I can remember, like, I was there. It was 9. Oh, yeah, because that's where I
Yeah.
met Lee. Hi,
Lee
Lee.
was,
Yeah,
yeah, Lee,
of
that's
course,
where
yeah,
you
I knew
joined
I'd
us.
met Lee, yeah.
Yeah, because a
That's
few
it.
of them went home. It was supposed to be like 15 of us or 16 of us. And there were a few of us that decided
Yay.
that they're not going to go. Yay! You have tickets for the Valley Camp this year. I'm so excited. John, you did the investigation of the Valley Camp last year. It was awesome. John got some really cool EVPs that actually called him out by name. It was really cool.
Oh, wow. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
That's
Warwick
brilliant.
Castle was the hottest bloody day of the year, wasn't it?
Oh my God, yeah, of course it was.
It
Yeah.
really was.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was
But
the hottest day of the year.
that's so lovely though, wasn't it? And you know, that information we got, what you just shared then, was just, you know, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was
And you know,
amazing.
we
Oh,
did
I mean, the spirit
Esther's
box
method.
sessions, the Esters that we did was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got some really cool information. You've got those videos. You need to put them on your YouTube.
I will. Yeah. I have got a couple of videos, a couple of Esther's method videos with no one you know in it.
Yeah,
No,
no
you
one at
won't
all.
recognise any voices whatsoever. But yeah, so I'm going to put them out onto my YouTube, and yeah, they are so special. They really are so cool. But yeah,
Linda, we did kind of chat about my book. Yes, it's
but you can catch up. Start from the
yes,
beginning after the show, right? Just carry on listening. Ask any questions you have, then
yeah,
start from the beginning afterwards, because it'll be straight on there anyway.
absolutely.
Oh, here you go. There's a spirit. Great question. Has a spirit ever tried to harm you?
Yes. I have been scratched several times. I had a really weird thing happen. It was almost like somebody branded me with a branding iron.
Ooh.
And I had like a perfectly burnt circle on my shoulder blade. This was at the cage in, the house, the cage down in.
That's gone now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Shame.
Down south. There was a handful of us investigating there, and another psychic medium that couldn't make it had sent one of the investigators a message saying, I'm picking up something about witches being branded. This was in February. It was the middle of winter. We had like nearly 2 foot of snow. We actually got snowed into the location. We couldn't leave for several hours. And so all of us were layered up because the place had no heating in it. It was so cold. It was bitterly cold. So I had like 3 or 4 layers on, and I felt this burning on my shoulder. And when we checked it, it looked like a branding iron. And it was just really weird that a medium had picked up the same thing.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. What else? I've been pushed, shoved, slapped. Oh, I had a bite mark appear once. That was really creepy. In my neck, right there. Like a full human bite mark. You could see each tooth mark. That was terrifying.
You see, that you can't deny. Like, a person has a scratch and they go, oh, you had that before, whatever.
I was alone at home.
Huh?
I was alone at home. I had just done a house cleansing.
Well, you can't exactly do that, can you? You can't reach.
Exactly.
You know?
I was alone at home. The story's actually in my book.
Awesome.
We had been called in to just check this house out and see if they needed a cleansing or whatever. And there was some stuff there. I'm not going to spoil the book. And we did a cleansing of the place. And when I got home, one of the spirits had followed me home. And I felt after the cleansing, I kind of felt this like sludgy energy. And I went and had a hot shower to kind of just freshen up and get rid of that. And, and I got out of the shower and my neck started burning really badly. And I walked up to the mirror and I watched the human bite mark appear on my neck, like all the individual teeth marks. And it freaked me out really badly. I was That I don't think I've cleansed my house and myself that fast in all my life.
Oh my
It terrified
gosh.
me. Yeah. So yes, I mean I have been harmed, but some of the times I don't think it was intentional harm. I don't think like the scratching and things. Where I was at the time in the mental asylum, they would have had real difficulty communicating. And I think that somebody was just trying to get my attention and maybe they weren't able to communicate very well or speak really well. And so they try to grab me in some way or maybe just, try and get my attention. And I ended up with scratches. I don't think
Wow.
it was malicious.
Yeah.
I think it was just them just trying to get attention. But
Can
yeah,
you
I have.
remember? You remember at Draco? Did someone touch you? Then you got them. They apologised on an EVP.
Yes,
That was too funny, wasn't it?
I remember that. I remember that. I had bent over to pick something up and somebody grabbed my bum. And I shot back up and I was like, you do not get to touch a woman inappropriately and get away with it. How dare you? And I just kind of went on this rant and I started doing a EVP session and I was like, now you listen, you will apologize. That is inappropriate. And we had this clear EVP like, sorry.
That was just too funny,
It was
wasn't it?
hilarious. Yeah, I forgot you were there for that. That was
Yeah,
really
and
cool.
it was so clear as well, wasn't it? No doubt about what was said. Like, come on,
Yeah.
to me, you're the EVP queen.
Oh, thank
You
you so much.
are.
That means so much to me. You know
No,
what?
but like a lot of people like say about DR60s, but my God, what I've heard from the DR60s, and you've done the comparison between a DR60 and other voice recorders, and what picks things up.
It's really important to use more than one recorder. For
Yeah.
instance, I was just with Richard Estep, the author. If you don't know who Richard Estep is, please do yourself a favor. Go on richardestep.net and check out how many books that man has written. It's like 36 books or something. It's ridiculous. And he is such a phenomenal author. So all things paranormal, true crime, serial killers, all of that stuff. But we were just down in Cornwall at Bodmin Jail and Pengersic Castle.
Oh, wow.
We were doing a book signing. So he was signing his copies of The Hanging Pit, which is his book about Bodmin Jail. And I had my book there. And we did 2 nights of public investigations. There's a few people in the chat that were actually with us. And, oh, hey, Laura. Laura's there. And we ended up doing some private investigations. So we did a private night at Bodmin Jail, and we also did Pengersic Castle. Now, talking about EVP, it's so important to have a recorder running at all times. That's kind of your backup recorder that you can check to make sure that no one else said it. And then you have your one recorder that you do your burst sessions and you listen back to them straight away. Yeah. So at Pengersic Castle, there's a comedy sketch where every time somebody says, to be fair, everyone's like, to be fair, to be fair, to be fair. And so we were doing that the whole time we were at the castle. And we actually have 2 separate EVPs. One, hi, Graham. One of them, Laura says, to be fair. And then you hear another male voice go, to be fair. And then you hear Richard like mocking, saying, to be fair. And it's like, wait, there's an extra male voice. And then we had another EVP recorded in the bedroom of the castle where it's a female voice that goes, to be fair, in this like accent. It's like super posh. But it's so clear. And I thought it was Laura kind of taking the mic. And then I was like, but she didn't say that. So we played Richard's recorder back and it's not on there. It's only on my recorder. So, you need to make sure you're using various recorders. You don't just rely on one. I actually ran my Olympus WS811s as well. I need to go through all of that. But yeah, so we've had some really cool ones. We're double checking another EVP because I don't remember anyone saying this. And I have it on my recorder, but it's I don't know if it's on Richard's. So he's going to have to
Interesting.
get back to me. But we were doing a Ouija board session. There was just 3 of us down in the dining room of this castle. And there's a male voice that goes, "God damn it." And I thought it was so funny because we're probably not understanding him with the Ouija board. And he's like, "God damn it."
Oh,
So
way.
it was real funny.
It is funny though, isn't it? Spirit can be so funny because like a lot of places might be asking the questions a lot, and
Yeah.
like to them it's a game as well sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
You
I
know,
do.
and they just at least like going to like less investigated places, then you know they might want to get their story out. So
Well,
might
having said that, at the Mary Arden Inn, when I spent the night alone at the inn about 3 weeks ago, right? I had the most intense conversation, just super funny conversation with the spirits at the hotel via Spirit Box, and it's crystal clear. If you guys follow me on TikTok, there is a video on my TikTok with the whole Spirit Box session, and it is the first time in my life that a ghost called me weird. I'm not even kidding.
Oh wow!
There's this male voice that goes, "She's weird," and then another male voice goes, "I'm not used to this." And it's just strange to me because
so
they're not
brilliant.
used to people talking to them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have this person that's like, "Oh, hi." "Hello." And I'm like, "She's weird."
Oh, that's so cool.
But it was brilliant.
But like I go to investigations and you kind of wonder what they perceive you're doing because you're doing something, you're doing the cool. This is evil in their eyes. So for some people, they're not going to like that.
Mm-hmm.
But weird is good.
Weird is amazing.
That's awesome.
It's really funny how much swearing you get in the UK on EVPs. Yes.
Yeah.
You have no idea. I can't even put half of them. Actually, do you know what? The sweariest EVP I ever received was at Belgrove Plantation in Virginia.
Wow.
This EVP literally tells the woman, it's like, "F you, F me, F the chicken." I'm like, what's the chicken got to do with this?
Poor chicken. What?
I know, right? I was like, what the poor chicken do? It was definitely like one of the swearier ones. I've been called all sorts of names via EVP as well.
Oh my gosh. I've got a cool question here from Donna Malmberg. With all the places you've been, the entities that you've encountered, and the living characters you've dealt with, what is your opinion of the nature of evil? Are there places, people that you would actually file under such a definition? Wow. Good one.
That is a really cool question. Thanks,
Yeah.
Donna. I think I gotta think about this.
Good one.
Yeah. I think we're all evil in some way or the other. Everybody has a dark side. You can be so sunshine and roses and whatever, right? But you wouldn't label yourself as evil. Even if you have done some misdeeds in your life, you wouldn't, label yourself that way. I think everybody has that side to them.
It's like anger, and you've got anger, you've got frustration, and it's like how it shows itself, isn't it?
Now, would I consider, let's take 2 examples, right? The Lightfoot brothers, James and William Lightfoot, were the only double execution that took place at Bodmin Jail. Now, the Lightfoot brothers murdered a man in cold blood, and they were sentenced to death by hanging. Rightly so. If you know the whole story, perhaps you would think death was a bit harsh. Because, yes, they set out to rob a man by the name of Neville Norway of his wares, and it went a bit south, and they ended up, I think they ended up beating him with a club or the butt of a gun or something to that effect, but they ended up beating him to death. Now, they never intentionally set out to kill this man. They were trying to rob him to sell his wares for a bit of cash to buy food for their families.
Oh, wow.
It was a matter of survival, their survival and
Yeah.
their family's survival. It was for food, and it's not like they were going out drinking or whatever afterwards. It was a necessity.
Yeah.
And things went wrong. The guy ended up dead. They were executed. Do I think the Lightfoot brothers are evil? No. I think it was desperate times, desperate measures. And so, I wouldn't label them that way. Do I think somebody who is a pedophile or who, has murdered a bunch of people evil? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the true definition of evil. I think they have severe mental health issues. And mental health is something that people need to speak about more and needs to be dealt with better. So I wouldn't say I've ever met any one particular person that I would go, that person is evil, or that entity is pure evil. I've come across malicious things that will scratch and harm, and they're not nice. But just as you have good and bad in this world, you have good and bad on that side.
Yeah.
Personally, I have never encountered something demonic or diabolical to that point where we would say it's evil. That's a really long-winded answer. I'm really sorry.
I tell you what, it is a brilliant question. It's one I've never had crop up before. So well done on that. So they did evil, but it's not the ultimate way to categorize them. I like that.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's cool.
That's it.
Yeah. So Linda, she's just checked out the book on Amazon, something she wants to read.
Linda.
Been influenced by the interview. So yeah, awesome.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Happy reading, and please let me know what you think of the book. I'd love your feedback.
I have really enjoyed the first 2 chapters, but I just need to get reading. Well, maybe look. I don't know. Yeah, I did. I bought it. I went upstairs. I read it, and then my eyes. Yeah, I'm terrible at that. I'm straight. So
okay, I'll forgive you.
Oh, now this is where we have different, Eric.
There's a lot of spirits pretending to be demons.
I think my voice is just setting that off because I'm getting excited. Unless my energy levels are just going and setting it off. I don't know. But whatever. I get it going off all the time. It's fine.
Eric, this is something that I'd like to comment on. I've seen a lot of spirits pretending to be demons. Yes, absolutely. You will have things that if you're going into a location, you go, oh, I hope there's no demons or anything scary here. They're like, So, when they're trying to get a rise out of you, when they're trying to terrify you in some way, and, the usual ways are not working, I've actually had things come through on a spirit box and go, oh, be careful. And I'm like, oh, okay, be careful of what? And they're like, it's not good. I'm like, what's not good? The demon. And I'm like, there's no demon here. And you hear somebody laughing. It's so when it comes to demonic entities, they are so rare. More than everyone thinks. They dramatize it too much on TV with that subject. You know why? Because hashtag demon, it sells. And it's so unfortunate. I was watching a newer paranormal documentary last night or the night before, and it was so factual and so good. And I was like, oh, this is amazing, great. And literally 10 minutes before the ending, they're like, oh, this is a demon and we have to send it back to hell. I was like, oh, come on. So Allison, the book is incredible, and I'm about to reread it. Oh my goodness,
it's awesome, isn't it?
Oh,
it's brilliant.
You're amazing. Thank you. Gonna make me cry.
Oh, bless you. I don't know if I'm setting the cat balls off or not. It's whatever. I did have them going off a couple of weeks ago because I think my dad was around me. So I just put them on there, and they're always there, to be quite frank, and they don't always go off. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There you go.
You are actually going to make me cry. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Oh, bless you.
Oh my gosh, I'm really looking forward to investigating with Allison. We haven't investigated together yet. So
that's so cool. Even when it comes to the actual demonic encounters, known from experience, it's not actually something to be proud of. You're right. People
People
think
think
that's
it's
cool. It's
cool.
actually more disturbing, and it is.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I know someone's just done a house clearance. So if they're still watching Robbie, and there's something demonic there, and like a paranormal team went in and really screwed it up for the family.
Yeah.
And
You know
he's
what?
gone in and he sorted it. But
Anything diabolical or demonic is so few and far between. And I actually just recently had a very interesting conversation with John Zaffis. John Zaffis is a
oh
demonologist. And I
yeah,
don't mean I've watched a 1 hour Facebook live on
yeah,
demonology
he's
and got
done
a
it with his
£20
yeah.
certificate.
This is the
I'm
one, isn't
talking
it?
about this man has been investigating the paranormal for 50 years.
Yeah,
He has 5 decades of experience. Most of us haven't even been alive that long, as
that's
long as
it.
he has been investigating, right? And, he works closely with not only Catholic priests in the church and things, but also shaman and, Wiccans and all sorts, Buddhists and all sorts. And he has worked on some of the most intense cases. Now,
Mm,
I interviewed John Zaffis really recently for my podcast, for my Patreon
was
page.
there?
And yeah, long before most of us were born. Exactly. He's been
I
actually
wish.
investigating. Um, so I interviewed John about demonology and what it takes to become a demonologist and the work that he does. And we touched on one of the cases that he worked on where a woman underwent over 17 exorcisms. And she ended up actually passing away. Not from that, like a while later.
Wow.
But I actually have some footage from the actual exorcism
Oh my
that
gosh.
John was involved in, and that's not something that you're like, oh look, it's really trendy and cool.
Oh
Hashtag
God,
on my
no.
Insta, it's demon. You know, it really annoys me. And you see, I saw a team the other day that were like, oh, a TV show went into the Hellfire Caves and they disturbed blah blah blah, and we had to go in and fix everything. I'm like, did you? Anyway,
Yeah.
get
That's
me on
why.
that hashtag, it's a demon rant.
That's kind of why I ignore a lot. And also, like, you get people like showing things on like Facebook. You look at YouTube. OMG.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was scared. I ran. What? You're an investigator? You run? Really? You for real? I think someone shared something like that on my page earlier. So hey, I don't care.
John just said when The Exorcist first was published, possession was unheard of in my family. Yeah, now it's a weekly event on certain networks. Absolutely. Paranormal pop culture, things like The Exorcist and Poltergeist and oh my gosh, all the paranormal shows that we
Oh
have
yeah.
now, all of these things have created the hashtag it's a demon culture. All of these people have created this frenzy. They've given Ouija boards a really bad name. They've given investigating a really bad name.
Oh gosh.
And a lot of people forget that television's fun. It's cool. I love working on TV. I've produced Destination Fear, Most Terrifying Places, Most Terrifying with Jason Hawes, Hotel Paranormal, Paranormal Lockdown, uh, so many shows, In
Yeah.
Search of the Paranormal, so many shows that I've worked on and I'm still working on. I love
Yes.
paranormal TV. I love paranormal pop culture, but it's television. You
Yeah.
know, we keep those investigations and things. Well, I know I do on my things that I work on. We keep it as real as we possibly can. But unfortunately, majority of them, you have some network executive that's like, yeah, not enough demons, darling. Let's
Mm,
make it a little bit more exciting. And it's such a shame. You need to remember it is just television. That's not how actual investigations are.
yeah. That's it. Nick, who's watching a documentary on the Michigan Hell House, they said a demon was haunting the property, which just irritated him. Yeah, it's not a demon, but that's it. Okay.
Repeat the fifth.
So
No comment.
this is Robbie. He he's sort of he's solved that issue at that house. He's had to perform 5 exorcisms. So in all that time.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's
Robbie, if you could let me know in the chat, like you perform exorcisms or are you ordained?
he
I'm just
is. Yeah.
interested.
He is ordained. Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm
Yeah.
really interested because, there are very few and far
Yeah.
between that are actually ordained or can actually do this.
He is
It's
actually
not just
ordained.
every
Like,
Tom, Dick, and
that's the
Harry
thing.
that,
He does
yeah.
cool past life regressions as well.
Oh, cool. I
I've
want to
had
do
one
one of
by
those.
I've had one done by Robbie, and
Oh,
yeah, it
amazing.
kind of it was a bit,
Wonderful. That's
yeah,
awesome, Robbie.
1997, yeah. So I know Robbie quite well. I'm going to meet up with him
That's awesome.
hopefully. Yeah, now he's moved, but yeah. So
That is, and I think it really annoys me the most when you see these teams on Facebook who will do a Facebook Live and they're like, oh, there's a demon here. And then next minute, they've updated their profile to demonologist because I spent $20 on a
I know exactly.
that I've done on some online course that's giving me like a crash course. Like, listen, John Zaffis doesn't even perform exorcisms. The man's been in the field for 50 years, and he will tell you straightforward that he will not perform an exorcism. It is not his place to do it. He is not qualified enough to do it. 50 years of experience, and you're not qualified. You've worked on some of the biggest, scariest, most outrageous, diabolical cases in the last 50 years. And you're still saying that you're not qualified enough. Yet Joe Soap, who's 21 years old, can barely use a bloody K2 meter. Got his $20 bloody certificate
I
online is now
know.
a demonologist. Oh, it annoys me. Sorry, I'm ranting.
I know, it's fine, I agree, because like Robbie's did a 7-year course to be ordained. There's
Yeah.
another guy I know, Louisa was watching earlier, Ben. He's a demonologist. He spent his life looking at the teachings.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
spent his life studying it all the time. So I've
Absolutely.
even got a photo of him with something. He has these little ones following around, so I've got a photo of him with a little mini, not a demon, I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's kind of.
I'm just gonna, Robbie. Yes, I'd love to get in touch with you after this.
Yeah, I'll sort that out.
That would be
Yeah,
really cool if
that's
you could
fine.
put us in
Yeah.
touch. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I will do. I'll set up a
We
chat
can always
then.
count on you to keep it real. I have no filter. I'm sorry. I'm surprised I haven't sworn really badly yet.
Yeah, well, it's only afternoon in the US.
I apologize. There is a lot of swearing in this book.
And this one. Hey.
It's very real, okay? I'm, I am who I am.
Yeah, but this is it, isn't it? Like, real is better than, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Robbie, you know what? It irritates me. And this is, you're an ordained man who's been doing this for so many years. And it annoys the hell out of me. I'm not ordained. I'm not a demonologist. I'm nowhere near. I'm a paranormal researcher and investigator, and I'd like to keep it that way. I'm not interested in the diabolical side of things. It's just not my.
Yeah, that's it.
I want to stay far away from that, right?
Oh, as Donna says, yeah.
And I cannot imagine how much it must annoy you as somebody who has put in 3 decades of work, 7 years doing a course before this, before being ordained. How must it annoy you to see these yahoos all over the internet that claim to be able to do all of this? It just it annoys me. I can't even imagine how much it must annoy you.
Oh, he's not a demonologist, just performs exorcisms.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's 2 different things.
Yeah,
It's
of course
very
it is.
different things. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No, I get it.
No, the old joke, Robbie. Oh dear, come on. Just because you're Scottish.
I love that. It's a calling, not a way to pick up girls at conferences.
I know, that's so funny. I love it. That is brilliant.
Yes. Absolutely.
And then if you say you're a medium and tell them they've got a demon behind them, they just leg it, wouldn't they? There
True
you go.
story. I miss old school down to earth investigating. And I don't mean like I don't do that. I do. I try and keep it as real as possible, right? And as down to earth as possible. There's sometimes you come across somebody that might just be a little angry or not very happy that you're in his space. And, they can be a bit grouchy. I don't run around going, oh my God, there's something evil and demonic and whatever here. I go, he's a bit pissed. Like, he just doesn't want us here. I think we need to keep things a bit more real, and investigators need to start remembering that they need to debunk first.
That's it.
So many don't. And I got really great advice many years ago from Grant Wilson. And he said to me, whenever you're investigating, start on the ground and work your way up. Start with what is here, what is real, what could be affecting your environment or causing this phenomenon. And if you cannot logically or scientifically explain what is happening, then whatever you're left with, therefore, could be paranormal. Could be. It could just be outside of the realms of what we are able to understand so far within science.
Yeah.
That's ever evolving. It wasn't that long ago that people thought the earth was flat. And some of them still do. I actually saw something the other day where it was like flat earthers meet flat earthers from all around the globe. And I was like,
you okay? All around.
Earthers all around the globe. I mean, okay.
Yeah. Okay, that goes well.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I was at a place and there's like this really angry spirit. And it just turned out he was frustrated because he didn't know how to communicate with people.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you found out, it's like everything was cool. You know what I mean? And you don't, like, everybody has a bad day. And
exactly.
You don't know.
Do you know what? Everybody's going to think I'm a demon when I'm on the other side because I'm so bloody grouchy most of the time and I don't like people in my personal space. So you have to come into my house and be like, anyone here? You're going to get the most demonic growls I can muster up.
I think I'll do that for a laugh.
Can't wait.
Yeah. It'd be cool though, wouldn't it? You get all these people who like make out they're investigators and then you'll just lurk, won't you, in the ground or something.
Do you know what? I hope people bring Ouija boards and EVP recorders to my funeral. Like, if you don't, I'm going to be really upset. I'm just saying.
I know, me as well, but it wouldn't go down with my family very. My sister wouldn't be impressed, but I'd find it funny.
I'm going to send little Ouija boards out to each person at my funeral as a thank you card saying keep in touch. Like, definitely.
That's so cool. That's brilliant. But wow, it's been one hell of a chat, but thank you so much.
I love chatting with you. I can do this all day. I can talk the hind legs off a donkey. So
can I.
This has been really fun.
Oh my gosh. And I am so excited for this weekend. Yay.
Yes, this is going to be awesome. So yeah, Friday we start. Everybody's going to arrive at 7 p.m. at the Mary Arden.
Are we? Okay.
And, yeah. 7 p.m.
Right, thanks for that.
Yeah, we're going to start at 7 p.m. on Friday until we fall over and we literally can't investigate anymore. And then Saturday at some point, we're going to head to the Roll Right Stone Circle and then maybe have some food. And then, yeah, we're going to investigate Saturday nights again. If anyone wants to join us this weekend, I have 2 spaces left for the Mary Arden Inn. You can send me an email, mj@mjdickson.com. Nick, cannot wait to hang out with you guys at Michigan Paracon. John, you are amazing. Joy, I adore you. Thank you. Bob, everybody. Tabitha, thank you so much.
Thanks for all your comments. But yeah, so how'd you get in touch last time?
Get hold of me by sending me an email directly, mj@mjdickson.com, or you can check out my websites. If you want to know anything about the work that I do, TV or anything, you can check out mjdickson.com. If you want to know about Sage Paracon and come to the paranormal conventions in the UK or the States, you can just go to sageparacon.co.uk. And last but not least, if you want to know anything about investigations, paranormal clothing, I have a paranormal clothing line.
Oh, yeah,
if anyone likes spooky clothing with like ghosts and cryptids and stuff.
Have I got that t-shirt you're wearing? Is it the Sage one?
Yes. Is this is
right. Yeah. I got the UK one. Yeah.
You got the UK one.
Yeah,
yes. This is the Sage Paracon t-shirt for last year.
Yeah.
But you can head to sageparanormal.co.uk. You can get hold of me on Facebook too. Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. And take care. Look after yourselves. Stay safe and stay happy. Bye.
Bye, guys.